It's Friday, October 6th, 2023. I'm producer Alex.
I'm Jules.
And I'm Owen.
And this is Studio 595. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 3 of season 2 of Studio 595. And we are going to have a very interesting episode up ahead. Owen, what are we doing to kick off the show?
Hot takes with Hot Takis.
Please explain.
You and Jules will both have a hot take or multiple hot takes. And I will rank your hot takes depending on how hot they are. And depending on how hot they are on a scale of 1 to 5, that's how many hot Takis you'll have to eat. Granted, we don't know how spicy these are yet.
And we don't have any water in the room.
And we don't have any water in the room.
That's great.
So it's either going to be very underwhelming or very enjoyable for you to watch.
Takis.
We will be partaking in the Takis Nitro chips, which are flavored with habanero and lime.
Let's go.
Like looking around the room,
Please
there are no
enjoy
water
this.
bottles. Yeah.
Okay.
Please enjoy this at our expense.
This is Hot Takes with Hot Takis, and Jules is going to be starting us off with their first hot take.
Oreos are bad. I don't like them. I don't know anyone that likes them, and I don't know how they're still in business. They're bad, and I'm tired of people saying that they're good because they're bad.
So why don't you like Oreos?
They're not. The thing is, they're a shell of a man. They're not good without milk. If you don't have milk with your Oreos, it's just nothing.
I'll rank that hot take as a 2 out of 5. It's not very hot. There's not a lot of drama involved with that. That's more of an opinion than a hot take.
I'm just passionate.
I get that, yeah.
All right, so Jules,
eat your 2.
I gotta
please eat
yeah.
2
But you gotta
Takis
two at
Nitro
the same
chips.
time. Yep.
At the same time?
Yeah.
Audience, please be mindful that we have indeed muted Jules's mic as they are eating.
Is it spicy, Jules?
Oh no, you don't have to mute it. I already muted it.
You doing all right?
Well, this is a good start. Are you actually okay?
Are you playing this up or?
It was a bit.
All right, Alex. Now it is time for your hot take. One of your hot takes, I would say.
Yeah. So, I have a list of movies that I consider overrated.
Oh boy.
That are very highly rated by the general public. I have 3.
Okay.
And this will count all as one take. I'm fully prepared to get a full 5 out of 5 if all 3 movies are disagreed here.
Please.
It has part A, B, and C.
Yeah. So my first hot take, part A, Taxi Driver.
I haven't seen it.
Fair. Great. That does
I'm
benefits for
going
me.
to watch Taxi Driver.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Because that has Robert De Niro in it, right?
Robert De Niro in that film is overrated. Second film, Clerks.
Haven't seen it.
Good. Kevin Smith gets a lot more credit than he deserves for making a movie that is essentially about nothing. And the third one, and perhaps the most controversial and most popular, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Also haven't seen it.
Oh, well.
I saw it. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a cinematic masterpiece.
I'll say that's a 2.
I think it's just like a fun little superhero movie.
Yeah, it's just another Marvel movie.
And part of it is good. I can do with a lot about that movie, without it. So
Yeah.
if that's a 2 out of 5,
If you're
I find that a success.
If you're looking for some awesome superhero movies, go watch the original Iron Man right now.
Can I add something on?
What are you gonna add on?
Oh no. Oh, are you afraid? Are you afraid your score is gonna go up, Alex?
I'm just confused as to whether...
Oh, I just think Guardians of the Galaxy. I know people were complaining because the soundtrack. They were like, soundtrack falls off in this one.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's not a universally hot take, so it's a 2.
okay. All right. So I guess.
Yeah, go for it. I don't think you're gonna have any problem. You said you tried them earlier and they were all right.
Okay. So 2 out of 5.
Yay.
Like, are they a little spicy? Like, are they like? Is there a little bit to them?
There's a kick to them.
Okay.
There's a spice to them. There's a kick to them.
There's a kick.
There's a kick.
For the general audience, habanero as a pepper is about my threshold for what I can take on a normal basis. I can deal with jalapenos pretty well. Habanero is where I draw the line because at that point I'm just sweating. So
Yeah, because I feel like Jules got a little sweaty whenever they had those. Jules got a little bit of like beads of sweat.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. All right. Well, Jules, would you like to?
round 2.
Yeah, round 2. Okay.
What is your hot take?
Second hot take? What do you have for us?
There's something up with Arby's. No one that I know goes to Arby's. No one says, let's go to Arby's, but they're still in bed. Something's going on in those Arby's. Have you ever seen anyone in there? Have you ever seen? No?
Yeah.
Just sitting down to dine to eat? No, you haven't.
Can I object?
No.
You know, the Arby's milkshakes with caffeine in them are really good. The cappuccino milkshakes.
Yeah, but no one,
I've only been to Arby's once.
I haven't seen, Arby's isn't a common place to go. I feel like there's something going on behind closed doors.
You want to know what other business kind of makes me raise my eyebrow?
What?
That waterbed store on Atlanta Highway. Dude, I love Atlanta Highway. I love what they have. I love what they bring to the table. A lot of good vintage stores. The mall. They had Pump It Up and they had the skating rink. They don't anymore. But the one thing that always draws my attention is the Waterbeds R Us store. They also used to have Toys R Us. I'm mad about that. And Best Buy. Powerhouse.
Also the Western Boots store.
Is that also by that?
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's
I think I do.
Oh,
yeah.
it's by Zaxby's.
yes.
Yeah.
It only sells Western Boots.
You know what they also sell at the Waterbed store? Waterbeds.
Hello, this is producer Alex in post-production. After having a very lengthy discussion over the store in question, and after doing research after the recording of this episode, I think I can speak for everyone here at Studio 595 that we would love a conversation with Southern Waterbeds and Futons owner, Mr. Lin. And we would love to have a conversation. We actually delved deep into the lore, you could say, about Southern Waterbeds and Futons. And we have grown, unironically, extremely interested and would love the opportunity to have a conversation. So if anyone in our audience is a Southern Waterbeds and Futons customer or knows the owner of that store, please let us know. And please let us have the opportunity to have a very niche but very thrilling conversation with the owner of Southern Waterbeds and Futons. And please give them your business if you are interested in waterbeds or futons. Back to the show.
Arby's, I'll give that a 3.
Alrighty.
I'll give Arby's a 3 because that's actually one that I know people would get annoyed with. Because someone out there is like, I love Arby's. Arby's is the best.
I'm muting
It's
that.
got a little kick.
Oh, it's got a little kick. Ooh.
Now on to Alex's second hot take.
So this is a bit more controversial. I will outline that I am saying some, and I mean some of late 80s, early 90s fashion and their fashion staples are some of the best fashion choices within the last 40 to 50 years.
I have no objection to this because I found, we'll put a picture up right there. I found this kind of sweater at the thrift store. It has a certain name, I don't remember, but they had really kind of specific advertising campaigns that were kind of dicey, and I love it. I love this sweater. It's amazing. I support this.
I agree.
So I have some examples. And some examples of the other side of that era's fashion.
Because there's a bad side.
There's always a bad side of fashion.
Pro cargo pants.
All right.
Pro black combat boots.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Those are
Pro velvet suits.
Oh, okay.
Pro grunge style plaid.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's something Addie.
Grunge style
that's like
plaid.
Yeah, it's like an Addie outfit. You're just naming an
just
outfit
like a
Addie would
really-
wear.
No, it's not.
No,
This shirt is from Addie. That's it.
yeah, my point.
Fanny packs I'm iffy about.
Fanny packs, if there was like an accessory I could get rid of, it'd be fanny packs. And I'm sorry to all fanny pack lovers. I would much prefer the over the shoulder kind of mom pack, for hiking. I love those.
Also, small oval tinted sunglasses.
That's a hot take.
I like those.
I don't like them.
I'm pro small oval tinted
Come
sunglasses.
to work wearing a pair of those.
I will have to find some.
Oh, okay. Now, granted,
I don't own any, but I can probably find some.
I will be fair. There are instances when small oval-shaped sunglasses, which is very specific, are acceptable.
Dumbledore.
And I will clarify.
Dumbledore? No, Dumbledore has half-moon glasses where it's like that and they kind of arch down.
Oh.
That's Dumbledore's... I'm such a nerd. Such a nerd.
I will clarify that they aren't the reflective sunglasses that you can't see.
No, I'm not talking about mirrorless. I'm just talking about it's like the ones where they're little circles and they're different colors. Like there's like red ones and green ones and blue ones and they all tint your vision. And it's really annoying to like walk around in sunlight with. I know what you're talking about.
And unfortunately, the downside of that era's fashion, the absolute obsession with mesh.
Mesh?
I can see. Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mesh.
Mesh
Mesh.
like meshy stuff.
Overalls.
No, that's
Overalls are cool.
hot take.
No,
Overalls are cool.
no, I'm saying that like that is a downside of that era's fashion.
Overalls?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Okay,
we
in that
might have
era,
found the best one yet.
in that era, yeah.
And the ridiculous patterns, the color patterns that the 90s were obsessed with.
You're gonna hate the sweater that we showed earlier. You're gonna hate it.
Oh wow, how about
Here it is
that?
again.
hates
Here's
it
one of
so
their.
much.
Actually, I don't
How
think we
about
can
that?
show their ads, but because it's like
So
controversial stuff.
that was a
even with them.
real roller coaster. Owen, what would you sentence me to?
First part, I wouldn't. I think it's really the overalls, and I'm choosing my words very carefully here because I can't say what I want to say. I think the overalls are what have sealed your fate here because mesh, I understand, I get that. Now, if you're talking, are you talking like fishnets and like chokers? Like, what are you?
No.
What are you saying?
I forget the kind of.
Is it those weird, gross shirts where it's like for sweat and it's like those weird feeling athletic shirts? Because those ones I don't like.
Although I do agree on that, but that wasn't big in the 90s, or at least not as
Like
big.
mesh, like the back of your chair, that kind, like in.
Yes.
But that is like a shirt.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't grow up. I never have seen this
We'll
before.
put the chair texture up there.
Just a
So
picture of the chairs we're sitting in, I guess.
Find a picture of a shirt with that kind of fashion style. So, Owen, ultimately, 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5.
3.
4. Okay.
I haven't heard. You know what? Overalls were pretty. The overalls were nail on the coffin. It would have been a 2, or it really would have been a 1. I haven't seen any 1s yet. The only one now I'm seeing after all these would be Jules' first one about Oreos. Although I'm not going to double back on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, just 3. Keep it simple, and we'll hear the last 2 hot takes soon.
3.
We're gonna mute Alex's mic for this.
No, we're gonna make it extra loud.
All right. So for our third and final round, we're going to start with Jules, and then we're going to go to Alex. So Jules, what is your third and final hot take?
I think that a gorilla would beat a bear in a fight.
What is the terrain?
Ooh, that's
Immediately got into the specific. You're in the.
Are we in the gorilla's habitat or the bear's habitat?
You're in a cage fighting arena.
Okay.
Fair.
So neutral boxing ring. Let's say.
Okay.
You know what? What kind of bear?
I'm gonna say a sloth bear. And before you say, "Oh, well, sloth bears are small,"
No, sloth bears are giant.
Bears, oh,
Aren't they extinct?
No, they're still around, and they're the most aggressive bear species known to man.
And what kind of gorilla?
And the big one, the silverbacks.
Silverbacks?
Yes. They spawned in the cage.
They both are put in the cage.
Yes. The arena, we'll say.
Bear.
Yeah, I think bear.
Bear. Yeah. I don't know how that's a hot take. Really, I think that's more of a question. Is your take it's going to be the gorilla? Is that your hot take?
Because when I ask people this, most people say the bear, but I think it's going to be the gorilla.
Prove it.
The gorilla, okay, so think about it. The gorilla, the bear, you got a sloth bear. It's just going to try and bite and claw at you. It's going to charge at you. How's it going to do that if the gorilla punches it in the face? I think it would.
I'm just going to say you need to eat two chips for this one.
Yep.
Do you think, while you're doing your chips, just something for the audience to think on, how many lions do you think it would take to fight the sun? All right, so for our final third and final hot take, we go to Alex for his, and I quote, hottest take yet.
This is probably one of my deepest, darkest secrets for anyone that knows me. Some of you may know. I do something that is very controversial almost every day. I'm a big fan of breakfast. Love breakfast. I know.
I don't see anything wrong with it. Oh my.
Yes.
Is there a but?
There is.
Oh no.
However, in preparation of my breakfast, I must admit, I do indeed milk first.
Milk first? Oh my.
Milk first.
I'm backing away from the microphone. Milk first?
Milk first.
Does it? There's so many things wrong with
first.
what you just said.
Look,
Milk first.
second camera, look at me. You and me. We're getting in on this. I don't know
Milk first.
what his problem is.
Milk.
There is.
It's gonna float on top of the milk.
Float on top of the milk.
Pile on top of that layer,
and it's gonna splash everywhere when you pour the cereal in.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It absolutely does not.
Yeah, because you're not using enough milk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna educate y'all. All right, you get a bowl and you fill it.
And you fill
For
it.
me, I fill it to the
He
top
fills it.
with cereal, to the very top of the bowl.
That's kind of excessive.
You know what?
That is excessive.
I'm a hungry guy. I used to eat just 2 bowls of cereal, and then I was like, might as well just make one big one.
He's a hungry boy.
I'm a hungry guy. Then you pour in the milk. You pour the milk up to the cereal. I mean, I don't go to the top of the bowl. I leave probably a little bit left.
Right.
And you fill it up to the cereal bowl. Now, granted, there are cereals that like to float. There's some that don't like to float. Cheerios love to float on milk. I have extensive knowledge on this. But the fact that you are putting, I'm turning this down, the fact that you are putting milk first, that's like saying you put water and then ice. What next? What next, Alex?
No.
Okay.
So then why do you do milk first?
Because
What's the difference?
Okay.
What's the difference?
That's beautiful sentence there. There is
I
no
get it.
difference.
It doesn't make your cereal soggy. You pour in enough cereal and then you eat that, and while it's still like crispy, and then you pour more cereal, keeps it the same. But the problem that I have.
Wait. Yeah. Good point.
I get it.
What is the difference?
Have you never thought of that?
What is the difference between adding more cereal when you pour in the milk first or when you pour in the cereal first? There is no difference when you add additional cereal.
It's the
That's why.
positioning of the cereal in the milk.
I use a uniform amount of milk.
What? You also use a small spoon?
Oh yeah,
No.
use a little baby
Use
spoon.
a big spoon?
Use a big spoon.
Do
I
you
grab
use
whatever
small
spoon it
spoons?
is.
Do you
Use
use
a
small spoons or big spoons?
Use a comically large spoon.
Normally, 99% of the time, if I see a big spoon, I will grab the big spoon.
Okay. Nail in the coffin, ladies and
Nail in the
gentlemen.
coffin.
Five.
Okay.
Flash it. It just alarms. I think
My face
I
is
think
all-
this warrants a 6, honestly.
this warrants a
warrants
6.
a
warrants a
Okay.
6.
6.
Down.
If I can back myself off out of my own position and double down on the fact that there is no fundamental difference between adding your milk first or your cereal first, then I can gladly take 6 Takis chips, one bite, no problem.
Alex is going to come to work on Thursday and he's just going to show us a video of him just chuckling and pouring cereal in a bowl of milk. I know he's going to do something. He's going to be like, look, and it's just him.
Would you like me to right now? Eating breakfast with producer Alex.
Sure.
Add a video of Owen crying in the corner.
Enjoy it.
And
Enjoy it.
laughing
Ready?
at
3, 2, 1. There it is.
Welcome to the producer Alex tangent on whether to put milk or cereal in your cereal bowl as you eat breakfast every morning. I have my lovely assistant and girlfriend Brandy here assisting me, and we are comparing simply whether there is a difference between pouring your milk or cereal first. As you see from our example, shout out to Kashi Go, and also shout out to Friendly Farms Oat Milk, neither sponsors of Studio 595, but as you can tell, I hope that you can tell, that there is no significant difference. And so the moral of the story is there is no structural difference between having your milk or your cereal first. And this has been the tangent of producer Alex explaining the difference or no difference between pouring your milk or your cereal first in the morning. Back to the show. I know it's amazing.
I'm judging your cereal taste. I'm judging whatever cereal you're going to
So
pick
an
with this.
unprecedented 6.
6. New record.
This is this is historical.
Gladly.
That's it.
He downs them all.
That's it. And that's the end of Hot Takes with Hot
It's
Takis
never
with
happening again.
Owen. And
He doesn't want to talk.
he doesn't want to say it.
He doesn't want to.
He's too ashamed.
It's Jules, and that's Alex.
And that's Alex, I guess.
That he just doesn't want to speak right now.
Hot Takes.
We'll be right back to the show, but first let's get into our can't miss minutes as part of our district updates. The class of 2024 graduation ceremonies have been announced. The Cedar Shoals High School graduation will be held on Thursday, May 23rd at 9 a.m. at Waters Wilkins Stadium. The Clark Central High School graduation will be held on Friday, May 24th at 9 a.m. at Billy Henderson Stadium on campus. The Classic City High School graduation will be held on Thursday, May 23rd at 5 p.m. in the Vernon Payne Meeting Hall at the CCSD District Office at 595 Prince Avenue, where the contingency plans for the Cedar and Central ceremonies will be announced as they are finalized, and schools will provide additional ceremony details to graduating seniors and their families. Moving on now, and we have a slew of congratulations to get into, so let's start with Johnny Lay Burks Elementary, formerly Chase Street Elementary, for being named a 2023 Title I Distinguished School by the Georgia Department of Education. With this designation, Johnny Lay Burks Elementary School is eligible to apply to be one of 2 schools in Georgia selected to be designated as fiscal year 23 National ESEA Distinguished Schools. Those winners will be announced later this fall. Congratulations to Cedar Shoals High School senior Alejandra Cerrone Palomino for being selected to serve on the State School Superintendent Richard Woods' 2023-24 Student Advisory Council. Throughout the year, the council will meet with Superintendent Woods to provide feedback on the impact of state policies in the classroom. Alejandra was one of 69 students selected from grades 10 to 12 across the state, and the only student in all of Clark County, and one of just 4 in the Northeast Georgia Riza region. And finally, one last bit of congratulations to previous guests on the podcast, as well as, I guess now, friends of the podcast, Clark Central Esports. The Central Red team defeated Rockdale County 3-0, and the Gold team defeated MLK Junior High 3-1. So congratulations to them. We know firsthand the effort that they put into their work. And finally, don't forget to check out our Better Together newsletter curated by my colleague and friend of the podcast, Scott Thompson, for the latest information across CCSD. Check it out on our district website, clark.k12.ga.us. Now back to Owen and Jules for more pop culture updates and some more Studio 595.
And now for something actually important. Google is discontinuing Google Podcasts and is soon replacing it with YouTube Music in 2024. All your existing podcasts and also listeners of Studio 595, it will move over to YouTube Music and all your progress will be saved, so you're not going to be missing out on any episodes. But be aware that that is coming up soon. Second piece of news, the writer's strike is coming to a tentative agreement. We're not sure if it's going to be over soon, and we're not sure what's happening, but what we do know is that footsteps are being made. We're on the way. And you know what that means? Coming up soon, after the writer's strike is over, is the sequel to everyone's favorite movie, Velocipastor, Velocipastor 2, coming soon, and they are going to start filming whenever the writer's strike is over. So that's something to look forward to.
Hello. If you liked the snake last week, I have some good news for you. A new gecko just came out. The Karamapha dwarf gecko discovered in Uganda recently has multiple chevrons on his throat, which is a big deal for some reason. Last week we went down to Florida, and this week we're going to the exact polar opposite of that place, Canada, where all the people are nice and you might get hypothermia. In Canada's Wonderland Park, there was recently an incident where passengers were suspended upside down 70 feet in the air for nearly 30 minutes. The situation got popular through social media, and I will display the video of it happening right now. Pretty scary.
Into weird news now, and a Danish artist has lost a lengthy legal battle in a very complicated and odd case, and will have to pay back a Danish art museum back nearly $77,000 for submitting 2 blank canvases and taking the loaned cash that was meant to be used for the art display. Artist Jens Hanning has previously created pieces in 2007 and 2010, commenting on the average salary of Austrian and Danish workers respectively, and made art pieces using the corresponding amount of cash. However, after the Kunsten Museum of Modern Art in Aalborg loaned Hanning a full 534,000 Danish kroner, which is the equivalent of $75,811 US, Hanning submitted 2 blank canvases with the collective name for the pieces being Take the Money and Run. Hanning states that the original form of the piece would have left him short 25,000 kroner, about $3,500, which led to his rebellious take on the project. The awfully bold gamble by Hunning did not work out, and he will have to pay the museum the amount of money that they loaned out to him. Finally, we end with a congratulations to the first female non-kicker player in NCAA history, with Division III Shenandoah University tapping junior and safety Haley Van Voorhis to play against Juniata College on Saturday, September 23rd. Van Voorhis registered a quarterback hurry that led to an incomplete pass by Juniata. Shenandoah would go on to win the game 48-7, and Van Voorhis would then become the third woman to play college football, joining 1997 Willamette University's Liz Heaston and 2020's Vanderbilt University Sarah Fuller, who were both kickers. Shenandoah President Tracy Fitzsimmons said in a statement about Van Voorhis, who played football and basketball in high school, "What makes this particularly exciting is that Haley's accomplishment is not just a well-earned personal achievement, but also a victory for all women and girls." Welcome back to the show, and I wanted to pay a visit to my alma mater, Cedar Shoals High School, and an organization that is helping to represent and promote education for Latin American students, especially on this Hispanic Heritage Month. So please enjoy my interview with Cedar Shoals High School's HoPE Club.
I'm Jacqueline Medina. I'm a senior at Cedar Shoals High School.
My name's Alejandra. I'm in 10th grade, and this is my second year in HoPE.
My name is Kimberly Linares. I'm a sophomore.
My name is Aaron Farnham. This is my 8th year teaching Spanish here at Cedar Shoals, and I've been the HoPE advisor since the beginning of the 2019-2020 school year. I had subbed a couple times for the previous advisors and started getting to know more of the student body, and it seemed like a really great organization and a good fit with good people involved. So when the opportunity arose and I was asked, I said, yeah. The students that come to HoPE find an avenue to develop leadership skills. And the hope, no pun intended, but the intention is to see those students grow into our next executive committee, our next president and vice presidents, running the show when they become seniors and bringing up along behind them other people. So part of that leadership is also the apprenticeship of younger people in the program as they come through. And also part of that leadership is service out in the community. So those are really the two main things that we do here. There tends to be an academic component as well for many HoPE organizations. We tend to partner with ULEAD because we have access to ULEAD here in Athens in order to support that part of the endeavor for us. We have had fundraisers where we sold chips and drinks and things like that. We've had yard sales, we've had car washes. As far as fundraising goes, those are things we've done in the past, t-shirt sales, that sort of thing as well. Service opportunities that we've taken up have included trash cleanup in numerous places, and also then helping out in animal shelters has been a very popular one, actually. We will sometimes find ourselves with opportunities to help out with, for example, we were recently contacted about helping set up a pumpkin patch for a nonprofit organization. So that's on our radar. Another group has asked us to participate with them so that children have not academic activities, but not just babysitting, as their parents are learning some things that are going to help them navigate our current political situation. So there's a great breadth there of service opportunities that we offer. Outside of our general meetings that we have, there's also an opportunity in the spring for the entire membership of our group here at Cedar Shoals to go to Atlanta for a national leadership conference that's put on by the National Organization of HoPE. And that's kind of an exciting opportunity for a lot of the students to get out of Athens. Even though it's just to Atlanta, you still get the opportunity to meet a lot of people you wouldn't have met anywhere else, because they're coming from North Carolina, some are coming from California, some are coming from Colorado, and then all over the state of Georgia to convene and have this leadership conference. And that's kind of also a very special opportunity throughout the year that we have.
I'm the president of the HoPE chapter. HoPE, it stands for Hispanic Organization Promoting Education. HoPE is extremely important to me, not only because I grew up in HoPE, but also because I've seen such great things HoPE has done overall in the state of Georgia. And not only in the state of Georgia, we actually expanded the past couple years. But HoPE has definitely been almost like a room for Hispanic students to come and enter and just be a family in a community. I know at school we're already a community, but we have communities among communities, and it's just an overall way that we can express ourselves, hang out, get to know each other more, and also find ways that we can connect that we never thought we could.
I think these type of clubs are really, really important because this is to help our Hispanic community, and we haven't always had that around. It helps you connect with your community because some people might go to other places where there's not as much as of Hispanic people, and it helps you find your people. I feel like being in HoPE has really helped me reach and connect with the community, and it's also helped me make a lot of different friends and be able to relate to my friends. It's helped me in school, and it's pushed me to want to go to college and then be somebody in life.
Well, I get to hang out with my friends after school, but also I get to learn about scholarships.
A lot of students get more friendships, but aside from friendships, we also provide a lot of scholarship opportunities and a lot of help. I feel like a lot of students join HoPE knowing it's a Hispanic club, but we obviously welcome anyone. But with that being said, we offer a lot of scholarships targeted towards Hispanics and undocumented students, and these scholarships can help them so much in pursuing higher education. So I think HoPE can just help overall with just being a community, being a support system, and as well as helping find other resources. I think a lot of difficulties we face are just the fact that we can do so much in the world and do so much in school, so much outside of school, but our parents grew up in such different circumstances that they didn't have the same freedom that we do now. And it's just it's not a bad thing, but it's also a lot of conferences, a lot of awards and stuff. Our parents don't understand why we're receiving them or how we even got them, but overall they're always still proud of us, which is we always just want them to understand, which is hard with the language barrier.
Well, let's say that it's their first time coming here. I feel like it's really difficult for in school because they don't know English and all that, so it's hard to communicate.
Hispanic students struggle with fitting in when there's not much other Hispanics around. So if you go to not a very diverse school, I feel like a lot of Hispanics struggle to connect with people because they have different backgrounds, and I feel like it's really hard for them to connect with somebody, and it makes them feel like they don't really matter or their voice really doesn't matter where they are in undiverse places, because it's just you don't see, you don't have anybody to look up to.
It's really important because you get to express yourself and your culture and where you're from.
I think Hispanic Heritage Month is very important to us Hispanics because it's a month to honor us and make us feel like our voice matters and our minds can be spoken. It's a month where you feel honored, where all the trouble is worth it at the end of the day.
Hispanic Heritage Month has been such a huge part because as a Hispanic community in Athens, DIA has made so many fun events for us to just celebrate and overall be educated on some things we didn't know. And I just feel like this month, it's just such a happy month for us because we get to express ourselves, talk about our cultures, also get to just overall talk about how great it is to be a Latino person. I love being Latina and I wouldn't change it for a thing. And it's just overall just a really good month, and I love talking about it and educating people on it because not a lot of people know that it starts September 15th. So there's just a lot of things we can talk about and educate our peers in.
I say it's important because with that, you get to be successful.
I think education is very important to us Hispanics because we finally get a chance to be on the same playing field as everybody. We get to be the same as everybody. We get to be equal as everybody.
Education as a whole means to me just Overall, building knowledge, and aside from knowledge, building skills. Like, you can never stop learning. Every day for the rest of our lives, we're gonna learn something new. And I feel like as a person, we should never be discouraged to stop learning. We should always be encouraged to continue to learn. And I always wanna encourage everyone to pursue higher education if it's possible. We always wanna find a way to make it possible, not only at HoPE, but at ULEAD at Athens. We wanna encourage students to continue to pursue higher education, that their parents not being born and raised in America doesn't mean they can't pursue it. Like, we can go past our limits that we think we already have. Like, we can always pursue our dreams.
I plan to attend college. I want to become a pediatrician.
I hope to be a lawyer, so I hope to graduate and then graduate college and then go again for my law degree. Or I would also like to play professional soccer, but I'm not that good, but I always have to have something to rebound on.
I hope to go to a university. My dream school right now is Tulane University, and I will be majoring in public health on a pre-med track, and hopefully either going to medical school or joining the Air Force and going to medical school through them. And I hope to become a DDP, which is a developmental behavior pediatrician.
HoPE, while it is a Hispanic organization promoting education, it's open to everyone. So everybody in the Cedar Shoals student body who has that desire to be here and participate with us is welcome here. And I think sometimes because the name is such as it is, it gets a little lost in the shuffle that everyone's welcome here. Come to the meetings. Come to the meetings, participate. Getting your service hours with us. Want to be here, want to participate. Desire. Yeah, that's really all the requisite that we need.
Thank you everyone for watching and listening to this third episode of season 2 of Studio 595. We hope that you've enjoyed it. Quick programming note real quick. Rather than 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks instead, will be our Halloween special.
It's gonna be extra special.
It's going to be extra special.
We will take an extra week off. However, we promise that the Halloween episode, our Halloween special, will hopefully be worth it.
Big things.
Big things are coming for
Real
the
big things.
4th episode of the season.
More tier lists.
More tier. There's a hint right there. There's a programming hint. There's a teaser.
You get a little crumb.
Get a little bit.
There's a teaser for what is coming up with our next episode, but stay tuned for October 27th when we release that Halloween special. And of course, don't forget to follow us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, YouTube, and whatever other platforms that you listen to this podcast, as well as consume any information coming from CCSD at Clark Coast Schools on all those platforms, and search Studio 595 on any podcast platform. I know, as Owen mentioned, the whole Google Podcasts and YouTube Music thing, that may be troublesome between now and the actual transitioning from Google Podcasts to YouTube Music, but you'll be able to find us in a host of different platforms. But until then, until the coming of the spooky special that we have coming up, I have been producer Alex.
I'm Jules.
And I'm Owen.
And this has been
Studio 595.